Hi, I'm Chris Bober with Team Bober in Nebraska Realty, and today we're here to talk about our instant offer program. Now, more specifically, we're talking about the buyer pool. Remember, under the Omaha instant offer program, we have the buyer pool, which is our investors and buyers who are looking to purchase properties, and we have the sellers who are looking for an instant offer from the buyer pool. Today we're talking about the buyer pool. Okay, so let's go on here. The Omaha instant offer program is an instant offer program that matches motivated buyers and sellers using an easy, quick, and hassle-free process. So this is something that's come about. We put a lot of deals together like this that ultimately end up like an instant offer. So we figured might as well advertise and collect buyers and collect sellers who want and are interested in instant offers. So let's talk about the buyer side of it. Before you go and decide how you want to purchase property, especially for investment, you have to really kind of decide what type of buyer or investor are you. And you got to have a main objective. So the first type that comes up, and this has come up quite a lot, is the owner-occupied fixer-uppers. And these are people who want to buy a property. A lot of times they buy it as is, minimal contingencies, and they're going to come in and they're going to use their sweat equity and their money to improve the property. And in the event that they do sell it in a few years down the road, not only are they fixed up a property that they're going to live in, but then they're going to make a little bit of cash on it because they took the time to fix it up. That's a great buyer pool out there. The second part of it is the buy and hold for future investments. These are people that hold them and set them aside. They're looking for equitable gain over time. Maybe they buy a piece of land in the path of development. Maybe they buy a piece of rental real estate, and they're really kind of holding it. Sometimes these people are people who buy for their kids, right? They let them live in it, and later down the road, they're going to go ahead and sell it. So this is really the main objective. Isn't to make money off it right away. It's to hold it for a period of time and then to cash in. The third one, the one that really kind of comes up the most, is cash flow investors. And these are people that buy real estate to invest in, primarily with the goal of making money on them and making money over time, whether it's through monthly, quarterly, or annual rental income. What I would say is you must know your main objective. You really can't go into a property and say, okay, I'm going to buy this to flip it, but I want to get some cash flow off it. Usually you have to pick one. You can only serve one master. Picking one of these main objectives is usually in your best interest. So let's talk a little bit about the cash flow model, because that's the model a lot of people are interested in. A lot of people want to purchase single family, duplex, maybe some multifamily properties. And I guess also this can apply to cash flow land. People buy and sharecrop it too. So the four main advantages of this situation is, number one, the tenant pays your mortgage. Now sometimes you buy it with cash, but when you are as you pay your property down, the person who is renting your property is the one who's making the payments. That's a pretty good situation, and it's one of the best situations of investment where you will buy something, you don't have to put all the money down to buy it whole, and someone else pays for it while it appreciates in value. Then when you sell it, you get to keep the money. The next part is depreciation. You can depreciate any of the improvements on the property. The only thing you can't depreciate actually is the land. So the house, the appliances, the land improvements. If you go and put in shrubs, trees, sidewalk, those actually can be depreciated. So if you need a good accountant for this, but that's a great tool to take off of your taxable income. Speaking of tax savings, you have a lot of tax savings when it comes to purchasing in investment real estate for cash flow purposes, because anything that you use to make this operation work, whether you hold it under LLC or you put it under a trust, whatever you want to do in terms of the property, even if you don't use a corporation, you get to use any expenses and take them off your income. So a lot of times what people will do is they'll show a loss, even though they're putting cash in their pocket from cash rent, they'll sometimes show a loss, and that loss can be offset against capital gain somewhere else in your portfolio. And the last thing, again, it's not the biggest thing, is that the equitable gain when selling. So down the road, after you've had its useful life of a cash flow property, when you do sell it, the market most typically will probably be appreciated, and you'll have paid off a lot of equity, or your tenants will have paid that off. So when you go to sell that, you will experience a gain. Again, not the number one goal here, but it is something that's kind of icing on the cake at the end. And the disclosure I have here is always contact your CPA and attorney for professional tax and legal advice. I'm not here to give that, I'm here to kind of outline that. If you need to go to CPA or attorney, I can definitely get you to one. So the benefits of being in the Team Bober investment pool are, you're going to be able to see properties before they go on the market. So when property goes on the market now, the market's moving so fast it drives that price up. And it doesn't always get the best result. It might get the best price, but not always the best results. And what I'm trying to do is put these properties in front of my investors and my buyers before they go to market. You can typically get a short escrow period. So if you're looking to move on something fast, you can typically determine the time frame for that. Wholesale versus retail pricing, right? If the property goes to market, it goes more like a retail. It's going to get very top end of the market. The properties that we're putting together are more of a wholesale. You're going to get still a fair price you should be expected to pay, but you're not going to have to pay very, very top end, and you're going to have it that way. The next thing is going to be, you should expect minimal contingencies. All right, if you're going to put an instant offer in on a property, it's not going to be with a whole bunch of terms that are variable. Usually, it's pretty much kind of as is, with maybe a minimal, structural or HVAC inspection, something small. And there's going to be less competition with other buyers. If I throw this to my investor pool, a seller is interested in an instant offer. Well, the instant offer you make is what I'm going to take back to them. It's not going to go in the market and have to go through multiple offers and things like that. So there's a lot of advantages. If you're interested in being a part of the Team Bober buyer pool, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to call Team Bober. You're going to call me. That's my number, 312-5076. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and meet you face to face. And we're going to talk about your wants and needs. There's a lot of different variables that comes to investing in real estate and purchasing real estate. We're going to talk about the price range you want to be in, your location, some of the amenities, what kind of return do you want. And we'll help you discover all that and help you find them. Then we're going to formulate an investment strategy. And from that, what we're going to do is we're going to put you into our buyer pool. We'll have you down and we'll have the key parameters of what you're looking for. And as properties become available through our sellers of instant offer properties, we're going to give you the opportunity to purchase something like that with an instant offer. So there's a great amount of benefit of being in that program. To learn more about this, we actually have our own website, omahainstantoffer.com. And you'll see here's the homepage. If you want to learn more about becoming a Team Bober investor, you're going to click on this button right here. If you know someone that's looking to maybe sell with an instant offer, you can click on this button. Both pages will take you to a more explanatory page that's going to give you more information. So go ahead and check it out at Omaha Instant Offer. And as always, we are, if you're looking to buy, sell, build, or now invest in the Omaha area, call the pros at Team Bober, and we will tackle the market for you. So there's a great summary of the Team Bober Omaha Instant Offer program. If you have any more questions, you can call me up here. You can personally email me, chris@nebraskarealty.com. I would love to answer your questions. And if you're looking to invest in real estate, I'd love to sit down with you and get you in our buyer pool so you can have an opportunity to be a real estate investor. Thanks for tuning in and look forward to hearing from you.